recording. And we're gonna hop in here and see what's going on. Fucking Media Little League. Shout out to Media Little League though.
Yeah, I wonder if they won.
It's
I don't know. I don't even know how long the series is.
Yeah, we used to like drive kind of really around Media on like 76 West, like to go visit our family for like Christmas and stuff like that. Especially because like we like go to like, you know, King of Prussia and stuff, like places like that. Yeah. When we rent a car, it was like, you know, when you rent a car in Philadelphia, it's like, well, we got to maximize this shit. So
Absolutely.
let's go to fucking Brew Mall.
Yeah, no, I mean,
so
honestly,
you just, like, drove through me, and I always kind of like would be like media, and like that was my extent of my understanding of media. It's nice to know they have a little league team and that they did well this year.
Yeah, they unfortunately lost 2-1. That's a completely reasonable way to lose, but it's just the opening round, so they're still alive. They can do it. They can still do it.
Yeah, or
they dropped to the elimination bracket.
You know, but like, you know, like the Phillies, sometimes you just lose.
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
I feel yeah. I mean, I guess not for probably the kids will feel that for a while, but personally as a completely unconnected fan, I think it's great. I have family in where is that? Not Warrington. Oh shoot, it's one of those mainline places. I don't think about it a lot, but they were in like the media school district there, and so like we spent some time in media for a while there, which is pretty fun. I like, it's just kind of a whatever town. I don't think there's anything that happens in there.
They always are like, you know, on NBC 12, like puff stories about like, you know, oh, we're having a watermelon festival in media. Let's go check it out. It's been 3 years since the annual media watermelon festival, you know, was shut down by COVID. Now we're out here breathing on each other again in media.
They love to breathe on each other in media. That's true.
They do.
It's like they absolutely wanted that back more than anyone.
You know, that's just kind of what we do.
Breathe on each other. That's southeastern Pennsylvania.
Like
Wallingford. That's what I was trying to think of. Wallingford.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Delco. They love to breathe on each other. Lower Merion. Yeah. They love to breathe on each other.
That's why they like going to the shore. This is Philadelphia phrenology right here, and it's all true.
But wherever you are in Philadelphia, we love to breathe on each other. All right. Now let's wait for the people. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the best of all possible souls and sometimes Philadelphia chat with Dia and Trevor. It's me, Dia. I'm here with Derby, and we are joined by the man with it all in Pennsylvania, Trevor Strunk.
Hi Dia. Hi Derby. Hi everyone.
Trevor, how many sports teams in Philadelphia do you own?
I mean, approximately. I mean, if you count owning a jersey as having a stake in the team, then 2, but really none.
You don't have ownership of all Philadelphia sports?
Actually, I think my Jalen Hurts jersey is actually a knockoff, so I think I can't even say that.
Wow.
Well, no, it's free. It was actually really nice. My buddy, who I didn't actually, it's a friend of mine who is married to a long time friend of mine. And we went to visit her, and I got to know her husband a little bit better. Really, really nice guy. And his friend sends him like knockoff jerseys he just buys in bulk. And they were too big for him. So I got a nice Jalen Hurts jersey and also a salute to service sweatshirt for the Eagles, it's a great sweatshirt. It's very funny. Like, everyone I tell just cracks up and laughs at me for having a salute to service t-shirt or sweatshirt. They're like, you can't wear that out. No one will believe that you believe in it. I was like, well, just have to get another patch. Like, I guess I just, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh God. Yeah.
Not fooling anyone.
I don't own any jerseys, sadly.
Your spirit comes through though, and that's what counts.
My spirit's in my heart. Yeah. I just never found jerseys that I like, and I think, you know, honestly, like when I think about like, you know, if I were to get like, Eagles paraphernalia, it just comes down to, could you look as good as Princess Diana in her Eagles jacket? And no,
Never.
You can't. So why bother?
It's really true. Like, it is, seeing those pictures is so defeating in two ways. One, you'll never look nearly as good as Princess Di in her Eagles jacket. And two, you can't get that Eagles jacket like anywhere anymore. Right. It's the coolest look. It's like, oh, come on.
It's
like,
so good. I don't know why we don't bring this back.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's the throwback I hope they're leading up to, so they can sell 100 million jackets to everyone in the Delaware Valley and surrounding counties.
That's what we need. It's what we deserve.
Yeah, we have to build back better by getting the cool jacket.
Damn. Okay.
Only 3,000 souls. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like 3,000 is such a bummer.
I just been really just feeling like putting fire on the big cleaver is just such a good time. And we're going back to the cleansing chapel. And what's more cleansing than fire?
The sea.
Okay, maybe.
I feel like they cleanse in very different ways.
Homie, you gotta be quiet.
Can you talk to him? What if you talk to him?
I can talk to him. He's just like, dude, don't you?
Will he stop doing his thing?
I don't think so. We can try.
Wait, you've the same scent as that woman.
Favorite Jack Nicholson
Then
movie.
You must be an action one.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, that's
You
not Jack
must
Nicholson.
be.
No, he's in that too. It's Al Pacino though. He's the famous guy in it.
You don't know how long I've searched.
Well, now he's just gonna whimper. Okay, fine. I guess we're committed to talking to this asshole.
Don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like we like accepting quests.
Yeah, we'll just accept it. Like, we're, welcome to the introduction to
Thank you.
the Ash the Very End of DLC.
Ash never fail.
The way that they
Just a
capitalized
moment,
they there, I really thought that he means like the people of Ash, but I thought he was doing a non-binary pronoun there.
Rotted scrap of it that is.
I think
So
I've
this
seen
is
that
this
in
is an
Dark
important
Souls.
thing that you're talking over.
I'm never gonna stop talking over important things.
Touch it.
So here we have a scrap of a painting of Ariandel.
Is that the painting that was in?
No,
Oh, okay.
this is a different one. That was Aramis, or Ariamis. And so, just like with the original painting that Derby touched,
Then the ashes were too.
so now there's unkindled ash that's somewhere in this painting. Because that's what happens.
That guy, I'm starting to think that guy's not as nice as I thought he was. He might not have some nice plans for us.
Now we're here. There's this guy here. We're not gonna do anything here. We're just here now, and maybe that guy will shut up. But
That's the idea.
we'll talk
yeah.
to this guy while we're here.
He's cool.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
So Yeah.
Is there a bonfire we can?
There's a
light in
bonfire
here?
over here, I think. Pretty sure.
Makes sense, I guess. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. It's right
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
So here we are. We're in a painted world. We're not going to do this for quite some time.
Yeah, this seems like something we'll do a lot later.
Yeah, we're going to do this after we finish the game. So that's narratively, that's when it makes sense.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Travel. Sorry.
I just wanted that guy. I remember you saying something about that guy. Probably he'd stop talking if we did that. It was getting to be a
Watch,
lot
and he won't.
better.
But yeah, so... Okay, no, he's gone.
Okay, great. Mission successful.
God, traveling to the DLC always makes me sneeze. All right. So, we are in the Cathedral of the Deep. We're in the cleansing chapel of the Cathedral of the Deep. So this is just this little chapel that's part of the grander cathedral. This is where people came here, and we assume that they came here and just like whipped the shit out of themselves, because there was this like guy over here who was a little flagellant. We got his whip. But this is a small little place where there's a bonfire for some reason.
Yeah, right at the most important spot.
Yeah, it's the placement of bonfires is something that, like, you know, we do like to talk a big game about, From Software place things in very intentional places and blah 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 blah, and I think that is largely true, but I do not believe that is, uniformly true. Especially in Dark Souls, where bonfires have, like Dark Souls 3, where bonfires have ceased to have meaning.
Yeah, no, I think that's completely right. Like, you can kind of make an argument for the placement of bonfires in Dark Souls 1, like kind of. I don't really know if I think they have like specific placement. Like, I don't know if like the Valley of the Drakes bonfire is like important to be in that spot. Like, it's just kind of there.
Like there are some that are interesting to me. Like, we have to, one, we have to assume, like we have to make questions. We have to make assumptions, or we have to question what exactly, who is creating these bonfires, right?
Right.
Like,
other unhallowed, like other hallowed,
and
other.
They all seem to have, like we in this one we kind of make a bonfire. We make our own. By bringing one back to the Firelink Shrine, right? Like there is no bonfire there until we show up and
with that sword
and drop that sword in place, and that sword was inside of Udix Gundar, who was judging our worth, and so on and so forth. But like this is all lore that's been dumped on top of Dark Souls at this point. There is no there's the ritual of kindling, but that's all we really get about, the existence of bonfires. Like, they have fire keepers. Usually, if they don't, then they're like not as potent. They've got problems. There's this big boy over here still.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
He's gonna try and hit us.
he's gonna try and hit us.
He's probably gonna succeed. It's okay though.
Yeah, that just happens. But so I think the bonfires are very interesting to me, because like they are kind of, they are core to this game. Like this is a fundamental,
absolutely,
massively important aspect of this game. Without bonfires, Dark Souls kind of like, it just has its normal ass waypoints that don't really have any kind of meaning, and like they don't have to have meaning. Like, you could make this game with bonfires not giving meaning to them, but like they could just be normal ass save points. No one questions the save points in Final Fantasy VII.
Right, but everything in Dark Souls has to be like diegetic. It has to be like something that exists in the world already. And like, I think like one of the things that I catch myself doing in this game is like being very careful about how much credit I want to give it, because I think like the problem that Dark Souls 3 has, this guy's gonna jump up at you. He's waiting. He really wants to. Um, like, I think the problem that Dark Souls 3 has is it's doing the, like, oh, you know, time has gone on so long and now there's excess. And whenever you do the excess story, you have a really quick and easy answer to lazy writing, which I'm not saying, like, I'm not actually accusing any particular lazy writing here, but, like, you do have a quick and easy example. You can say, like, well, why are the bonfires all over willy-nilly? And it's like, well, because there have been countless travelers, and the countless travelers have made it meaningless, and that's the crisis of, you know, this current world right now where you find yourself as chosen undead. It's
Right.
like, I guess, like, maybe, or they're arbitrary. And, like, I feel like on some level, for whatever reason, and I mean, partially, I guess it's because they're very good games, but, like, the Souls games have really gotten to, and I guess at this point, any Miyazaki game gets to have its cake and eat it too, because you look at it and you say, like, does this have meaning in the world? And the immediate assumption is, of course it does. Like, it has to. That's how the game works. It has meaning. And then you're just kind of, like, stuck in a world where you have to, like, try and figure out what exactly the meaning is. You can't ever say it doesn't.
Oof.
There we go.
Derby, you need more poise.
We'll work on it.
We're working on it. We're working on
We're
poise.
working on
We're
it.
working on
We're doing-
vitality. But
we're
yeah,
doing
no,
our
I think
best.
you're right. Like, there is, you know, and it has been fun as we've gone along to try and, like, you know, place more meaning into things and so on and so forth. Like, that is.
Oh, and I like when we do it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear.
But, like, I think the thing is we're playing into one. You and I both have, like, you know, disabused ourselves of the importance of canonical readings and canonicity, and also that we are just kind of, you know, what is this symbolic of? You know, like someone recently we were talking about the 3 pillars, you know, and there was a good YouTube comment that we got on the last video that, like, it was not wrong. Because, you know, it was just like it's a correct. You know, I'm trying to find it real fast. God, where is it? Or was it? It was on Patreon, actually, I think. But it was about the 3 pillars of the Lothric Knight, like, that uphold, you know, the kingdom of Lothric. Come on. The 3 pillars mentioned in the description of the Lothric Knight Helm are probably a reference to, quote, those who work, those who fight, and those who pray. Peasants, knights, and clergy who were the foundation of medieval society. That's like really, really astute. And, like, I was thinking that, but I'm like, no, I know I knew it wasn't specifically it, and that's why I didn't say it, which is, like, on me, because that's not the kind of person I am.
Yeah,
but, like, because
yeah.
I know that does form the basis for what the textual reading of what that means in this game. Because I ultimately remembered what it referred to. That comes up later when we start. Damn. Yeah, come down here. Oh, look at that! Hit your foot.
Ooh. Yeah, you should have not come down here.
Should not come down there
That
with
was a
your foot
mistake.
exposed.
Achilles over here.
But it's related to that, and, like, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, we can do the Vadi thing where we pull, you know, to say all these things and bring in all these outside references and do all this Google searching. Ultimately, like,
Right. Which, I mean, that's what it's down to. You're compiling a little archive and drawing it together. I find what the commenter did, like, way more interesting. Not that we do, but, like, the Vadi thing with the Googling and all, because, like, it's actually a reading of essentially the primary texts
Right.
of Dark Souls, where, like, you know, you're saying, like, yeah, this is a story, this is a game about essentially about a medieval progress narrative. Like, you could basically argue it's sort of like Twisted Everyman. And then, like, if that's the case, then those 3 pillars are being sort of lifted and changed and twisted. And I think, like, knowing the origin of the 3 pillars of society as he lays it out there, or as he, as in, like, English
Yeah.
medieval history lays it out, is like actually super helpful in understanding like the general thrust of Dark Souls, if not like the actual sort of like secret story lore that Miyazaki wants you to get
Well,
at.
that's the thing. That one of the things that makes the fantasy of Dark Souls compelling is like the commenter was Josiah Preuss, Preuss. Shout out to you, Josiah, because that was a really great comment to get. But like, working with that foundation. So like Dark Souls, you know, I absolutely believe that the three pillars are drawing from what Josiah is describing there, because that is like the reading that most makes sense. It's a reading that I would gravitate towards initially, at least, and so on and so forth. I think that like that it feels good to massage that around and think about what it is and what it's doing here. But also then, like, I know Dark Souls will then take that and do something with it that makes it not just a straight, you know, that doesn't become a zipper. It's not a key by which we can then say, we have found the final puzzle piece and we put it in place, right, and here we are. It's
it's always something a bit more or something a bit different. I do appreciate that, actually, about how these games are written, because it's never like, I feel like there are games and there are texts that play that, right, where it's like, well, if you figure out the cultural reference here, then you can kind of unlock everything, and like, yep, the game's Hamlet, like, you got it, now just figure out who Polonius is. And that's not really how this game works. It's much more of a hodgepodge of like references and things, which,
right,
in my opinion, is like way more interesting.
Oh, look at that, we found a new doorways and new shortcuts.
I heard you like elevators.
I love elevators. I love my giant weird Catholic elevators. Shortcut. Time for composure. Oh, okay. So this is the other door. So now we've done a full kind of circuit of this top here.
I love that shortcut.
Yeah, that's a much better shortcut than. Oh, we got a whole new. Is up here some shit? Oh no, this is where we came from. Okay, what was I?
Okay.
Oh, it takes us back down there. We already did that though, didn't we? Yeah, we walked into that and fought that guy, and it was a pain in the ass.
We did great.
We did good. We do good work here.
That's so true. Yeah, I think I don't know, like I'm fascinated by like the question about like interpretation there and you know, the right analysis, because like I think at a very kind of like basic level, Josiah's point about the pillars is the correct reading. Like, yeah, it's like fundamentally the correct reading. But it's also not the canon reading. And I don't know, like Dark Souls is one of the only franchises and like series of games and I guess, for lack of a better word, like experiences that I think gets away and can get away with saying like, oh, the canon and the reality are a little bit different. Most times that happens, it's like, shut up. Like,
right?
You're being petulant. And like, Dark Souls is just good enough and interesting enough to make you stop and be like, I guess like, I'm willing to entertain this. And even just that is like pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
He gave us a deep ring.
That guy was going to turn into something scary.
You think?
I think. Big red eyes, and he had a deep ring.
He did have. He had the red eyes, and he had a deep ring. So he was like one of those red phantoms. He was up here guarding this bell that we can't do anything with. We don't interact with this bell in any way.
We're not allowed to lift up Sen's Fortress anymore. That's not allowed.
No, we're in this. Oh, we can look up. This is. Oh, there's Derby.
Oh my. Oh,
Jesus, Derby.
Derby. Yikes.
But this is interesting because like look at how all of this. We talk about that, like, you know, that growth. And like, goddamn, like
that's been reclaimed right there.
Yeah, like let's see. I'm gonna probably end up accidentally falling off this shit here, but like so here's this the graveyard we went through, and we can see all of these trees have grown up. The thing that I think is interesting about this is that those are individual trees, right? But it looks the way roots, like it's almost like there's what is it, like how all of like the redwoods, they're actually all like one connected thing because of, like, was it mycelium actually? Is that the deal?
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I think like a lot of that's what the biggest organisms on Earth are mycelium, because they're all connected like that. And I think that's why the redwoods.
Because when you
are
see
too,
the mushroom, it's not the mushroom is not the organism, that is the terminus of the organism's, like, mycelium at that point.
Yeah, they're big boys.
As the if you see a fairy ring, which is a ring of mushrooms, that is the kind of current circumference of the actual organism, which is below ground and made this whole big network of things. But like, we get this kind of sense of we come from here and we kind of watch it like kind of grow out, reaching further out into this graveyard where it's kind of butting up against that kind of healthy forest, right?
You're right, because it is different, right? Like, I think like the choice to have the bare trees up against the healthy growth, I think like if anything, so like I don't find we've got over this before, this is not new that I'm saying. I find like the sort of repetition of the stories less interesting than I find this repetition of the theme, right? Where you get like, we have this sort of like sub theme that's been in all the games that we've noticed throughout Dark Souls 2, and then also when I was on for Dark Souls 1, those episodes we totally noticed it, and I know you noticed it in other ones there. This idea of like the wild growth versus, in this case, this decay, and this intensification of that theme is really cool. Like the kind of like seeing wild growth exhibited both in healthy trees and broken down bed of chaos looking trees is I never really would have made that distinction before in Dark Souls games.
I think this is really interesting to me, to be like particular, because like, okay, so we call it decay, but also it's still it is in some way it's like it's like when you're playing StarCraft 2 and you put down like Zerg buildings. When you're playing as the Zerg and you get that like the creep, I think is what it's called. Is it called the creep? But like the Zerg have that kind of putrescence underneath all of their structure. So when you build a Zerg base, it expands this kind of area of influence that changes the ground underneath it. So what's interesting to me here is, one of the things that the Dark Souls is very clearly operating in, I cannot say how aware of it is, but it's definitely, Dark Souls is at least passingly familiar with Arthuriana. I think it's very safe to say that it is at least aware, it is at least very familiar with the texts that have been influenced by Arthuriana, if not directly aware of those various texts.
I mean, I think if you have Artorias in there, he is like so clearly a citation of Arthuriana. It couldn't be more obvious. Yeah, I agree.
But
totally.
either way, we operate very heavily under the kind of I hammer on this all the time, is that the king and the land are one, and that the king is physically and as well as metaphysically, but physically connected to the land with which he rules. And king here can be, it doesn't necessarily mean specifically a king, though it typically means when Lancelot fucks Guinevere, and King Arthur has his whole crisis, and Camelot falls apart. If you were watching this stream and you have not seen the movie Excalibur, stop the stream right now. Go watch Excalibur. Pirate it if you have to. It is the most in the in the year of our Lord 2023, this is the most concise text on understanding Arthurian mythology you possibly could need. It is tied into the the church versus paganism aspects of things. It is got the king and the land. It has all of the social criticisms, it's all tied up in there. Everything you could
Unless
possibly need.
Your
And
other
it is-
option is La Mort d'Arthur.
Yeah.
And like all that stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, you don't get into that. You want to watch.
do
You
it.
want to watch Nicol Williamson and Helen Mirren be furious at one another because they just got off of a Royal Shakespeare play where they hated each other and got all up in each other's shit, and then were specifically cast just so they could hate one another.
It's such brilliant casting.
It's so good.
I love that
you
so
want like
much.
the incredibly queer-coded Mordred. You want all of it. It's so good. Go watch Excalibur, because that is like a very clear-cut understanding of what is happening here. And so when I say like, it is not just, you know, disease. It's not just decay, because decay kind of, you know, or I guess it is, you know, decay. We think of decay as like a contracture of things. Life is going away, but decay is not just life going away. It is also
Right.
a new form of life giving birth. Like
We saw it in the Painted World of Ariendo,
Right.
where like, you know, it's find a fire to burn out the rot, and you get in there, and the first guy you meet is like, find a bed of sweet smelling rot to go live in.
and he's
like,
just
that's also decay.
he's just camped out on, like, you know, a bed of mushrooms.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Because that's what, you know, we get, you know, a tree falls in the forest, and and mushrooms are what populate it, which also have this kind of weird mycelial growth that we're seeing here as it spreads outward. And so that's what I'm thinking here is like, you know, we are in this cathedral, which is supposed to be one like this place of goodness and holiness and purity, the cleansing chapel, right? We burn away impurities.
Right.
We scourge ourselves to get rid of taint, but here we've got this chaotic growth that's ripping apart this cathedral.
Yeah.
And it's spreading through. It's going through all of the death and like the resting bodies. These are all people who got, you know, quote, good Christian burials, but now they're all risen. They're all undead. They're all crawling out of their tombs and out of the dirt. They're rising up the way, you know, when the scene in Lord of the Rings where they're hiding from the ring wraith as he rides through, and the hobbits are all underneath the tree, right? And the one hand reaches over and grabs the edge of the kind of the it's not it's a cliff, but it's not a significant cliff.
Yeah.
And you see the worms and like bugs crawling out up from the ground, you know, because like they exhibit pestilence. It's the pestilence of the earth, even though, again, like
That's not
worms are
actually
crucial
pestilent.
to the health of growth.
Yeah, it's actually hell.
But,
it's
but
interesting 'cause, like,
symbolically, they
yeah.
are pestilence.
Well,
And
because they go through the dead body.
Right.
I think what's interesting about thinking about these graves, right? And like, you know, my eye is drawn to the you know, the bald growth coming out of the graves themselves, like the idea of them piercing the dead bodies. There's one like sort of toward the right where our souls are yeah, like it like actually
Yeah.
comes up out of the grave. Like
Yeah.
you can imagine it coming out of the body of the dead. And like, I think what's interesting, what that shows and kind of like demonstrates is the you know, the idea of graveyards, the idea of a well-tended graveyard, you know, next to a cathedral that is also well-tended. It's this idea of staving off the reality that is, you know, our bodies being eaten by worms and stuff like that, and that also being like a big healthful thing. And in this case, the reality is laid completely bare, and you sort of see like, okay, so the point of the graveyard was not memorializing, but was sort of like denying the reality of what growth and what, you know, sustaining the earth actually kind of entails. It entails like the making unhuman of the dead body.
which is like further compounded by the fact that we've got these weird fucking inhuman angels over here.
Oh yeah, they're rough.
Which like what even I don't even know.
I guess that's
We
a
just-
hood or some kind, or like
It's like
being
hood, but it's
eaten by
also
a
like
bird.
it's the same tissue that makes up these wings. These like weird, you know,
Yeah.
kind of they're like chicken wings. Almost. This is like what happens when you like, you know, when you're like making like hot wings. Like this is the weird chicken wing that you get, and you're kind of always like, man, do I really want to put this in my body? And then you think maybe I shouldn't. You briefly consider, what if veganism?
But then you think, oh, hot wings are so good. Hot wings are absolutely one of the things that is keeping me from the siren song of veganism, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Boy, are they good. I should start eating the cauliflowers probably now that you mention it.
You could eat cauliflower. You could just dip cauliflower. You could deep fry cauliflower and put that in barbecue sauce. Or
I probably wouldn't
in
even
wing
mind
sauce.
it.
It's honestly not
even
bad.
notice a difference.
Like,
Sounds good to me.
It's not as satisfying, but you could do it.
It's a vehicle for the sauce. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think the balance between life and death in this cathedral, obviously it's playing on the extreme life-giving qualities of a cathedral or life symbolizing qualities of a cathedral in the world as we know it. That's sort of like what they all strive for. But then also playing with the idea of like a cathedral that is creepy that we see in Bloodborne so often. But I think this is actually more interesting than the cathedrals in Bloodborne because it's so silent from actual human tampering and has so much of nature kind of reclaiming it, which I had never really thought about how that is strictly the antithesis of a chapel or a cathedral before now. That is a cathedral really stands against nature, and this demonstrates it.
Well, it's funny because I'm thinking about actually now I have to look up the etymology of chapel because I don't actually remember. It just comes from kappa. Okay. Which ultimately comes from head, but but so we think of this little cape. Interesting. So I think of cathedral. The cathedra is literally the name for the bishop's chair. It is the seat. It is the seat of the bishop. That is what we get the name of the cathedrals from. It is
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
That's really interesting.
Yeah, the cathedral is. I could do etymology better than you, fucking Vadi. Suck it.
I thought you were going to say better than me. I was like, I know, but you have to rub it in. I agree.
I never there is. So my mother's maiden name is Lapp, Lapp.
Okay.
Which just really drives home just how fucking Pennsylvania this family actually is, even though that's not from the Pennsylvania. We arrived in Pennsylvania, but still somehow we became the most fucking Pennsylvania family.
Lapp is. Yeah, you're right. That's
actually the name of the Amish family that Harrison Ford goes to stay with and witness.
Oh,
they're the Lapps. Okay. Yeah, because it's the most fucking, Deutsch ass name you could possibly arrive at. But one of we'll find in the DLC. There's a character whose name is Lapp. And Vadi does this whole in high middle German, blah 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 blah. And it's like, fuck you, Vadi, you asshole.
Vadi is over party.
Yeah. No, Vadi's fine. Vadi fulfills a very important role.
Vadi doesn't seem like a bad guy either.
No, Vadi, I'm totally. I think that if Vadi gets early access to Dark Souls to From Software games, I should too.
I think you do better work than Vadi, so I agree.
But I understand Vadi's role in the ecosystem. Mm-hmm. That being said, so it is interesting to think about, so here we have the seat of power. The seat of power is the least natural, organic. The seat of power is it feels antithetical to, kind of a religion of egalitarianism. It is, this is all purely imposition onto the natural world. And,
certainly mycelium, right? A mushroom structure is so egalitarian. It's just when you say the fairy circle is represents the organism, if you dug down, you'd find a series of roots. It's not like there's a big giant organism like a mushroom down there waiting for you to get. There's no boss mushroom.
It's just network.
Yeah.
Right. It is an interconnection of, if you dig down in the mushroom in the fairy rank, you find communism.
That's now you've for everyone who saw that meme that says like explain Deleuze and Guattari for me right fucking now, like do it. That's what it is. You dig down in the fairy ring and you find communism. That's actually what 10,000 Plateaus is about. So now you know.
It's so funny because like we have a number like all of the plant like so many of the plants that we grow are rhizomatic.
Okay.
And so I'm just constantly just like surrounded by rhizomes and just laugh. I cannot not laugh constantly about it. Let's pull this lever and see what happens.
I'm really excited to see what happens when we pull this lever. Oh, cool.
Look at that.
What's this all about? Wow, water?
Look at that.
Neat.
Something's oh, look at this guy. He's right here. Oh, shit. What? Okay, well, we took care of those guys at least. Oh.
Yes,
oh,
let's
staggered
go.
your punk ass. That's
Who said
what's
Derby
up.
needs poise?
Yeah. Oh, this is some acid.
You guys tried.
I think it's funny that acid has like kind of like it largely gets faded out of like, you know, like acid being such a crucial fucking thing in Demon Souls.
Yes.
If you're doing PvP especially.
God. The acid stuff, like it's like it's a brutal.
Having to
Souls.
deal with acid in Demon Souls is just like a nightmare. But it is funny how like we kind of get acid like here and like maybe a couple other places. Like I think Dark Souls 2 has like that. There's that one room full of acid that we kept falling into.
That was exciting.
Yeah, that was
very
exciting. But like, you know, not much going on elsewhere in the way of acid.
No, it's one of those ones they decided they didn't like so much. It's not in Elden Ring, is it? Like I don't remember any
think
acid.
So.
I think they replace it with the Scarlet Rot.
Yeah.
Essentially as like a thing. Is this poisoning you? This isn't even poisoning.
No,
That's
this is not.
surprising.
This is just putrescence. It's just normal ass soupy water. It's just designed to piss me off because there's that guy over there who is going to come and like. Okay, maidenhood.
Ooh, okay.
I got my maidenhood.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can just open this
words.
door without having to worry about this guy because I kind of don't want to fight the giants. I don't think Derby wants to fight giants. I think Derby's like giants are okay guys. These guys are clearly just in pain.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
There's
There's an argument to put them out of their misery, but there's no argument to fight them in anger.
Yeah, I think mostly they just want to sleep. And they're just chilling.
Yeah.
So I just feel like
Well,
unless we have to,
yeah.
let's
I
just
agree
let
with
them
you.
be.
No, I agree. I felt bad about killing the giant too there. They just seem like they're kind of doing their own thing.
Think there's a boss back here, Trevor?
I mean, I think maybe.
I feel
those
like
are
there
some
might be.
big doors.
There's some big doors. The deep ring allows additional. We'll read this while we're here. A ring bestowed upon the deacons of the Cathedral of the Deep. The line break there is truly beautiful. Allows additional treatment of spells.
Of the deep.
In the cathedral, slumber things most terrible. And as such, the deacons require a grand narrative to ensure that they do not falter in their duty. A philosophy to ward away the madness beckoned by the grotesqueries at hand.
That's a great description.
Yeah, this is a great description, especially because like, okay, so we have discussed, you know, the unnaturalness of you know, the cathedral, its imposition on like the natural world and its establishment of order and all of that stuff. We have covered all of that stuff. And yet, so kind of beneath the cathedral is this like, you know, I mean, this is Lovecraft right here, right? Like this is just,
absolutely.
you know, the Cthulhu beneath Relia dreams kind of bullshit.
Once you get the deep, you know what people are after. There's very few instances where someone will bring up the deep and not mean Cthulhu.
Yeah, like we're, you know, we are dealing with, you know, the you know, kind of primal or alien. And it's my favorite thing is that it is either primal or alien. And we don't know here. It depends on which game you're playing. Bloodborne, it's, we've got the alien, but then the alien is just kind of really what unleashes a primal corruption that was already inherent to humanity in a way, right? Like it is
that's right. Yeah.
It's the spoilers for Bloodborne. The church decides to be colonizing shitheads and suffers greatly for it at the hands of the curse of aliens.
It's a shocking spoiler because nothing like that has ever happened in real life where a church has decided to become colonizing shitheads. It's very out of character for churches in general.
Yeah, that's completely out of nowhere, and that they would then get curse that they would bring back with them to their society.
Kudos to Miyazaki for suspending disbelief in such an impressive way.
We don't really care about any of this. That's why we only have 3 rings. Yeah, we've got 3 rings. Whatever.
Also, I think if you equip another ring, you have slow
that's right.
roll.
Yeah. Because we're at 68.8. We have 0.2 weight to flirt with.
Having a ring as part of your weight always felt unfair to me. Like, what kind of rings are these?
My favorite thing is when you get the there's the poise ring you get right at the start of Dark Souls 2, when you can fight that one guy, he's got the ring that allows you to do extra stack poise damage to enemies. Yep. Which is a great ring, and you absolutely should just equip it right away if you're playing the soldier of what was I even going to say there?
Soldier of Fortune class.
The Soldier of Fortune edition of Dark Souls, Scholar of the First Sin. The conflation of scholar, the confusion and conflation of scholar and soldier right there is doing some serious work.
We gotta unpack that in the next session.
Really, wow.
Get you on the couch. This is big.
But you get that ring, you equip it, just slap it on, because no matter what you're doing, until you have a better sense of your build, that ring is going to do so much more for you than anything else in that game. Fuck your stats. That's going to be the thing that does it.
That's the one. You want that. Yeah. Does it weigh a lot though?
I think it has it weighs half a pound. Because it's the stone ring or whatever. It's something ridiculous. So it's just
imagining wearing a ring that weighs half a pound and getting unreasonably upset.
Okay, there's not a boss out here. This is. Oh yeah.
Okay,
takes us out here where we get to find the Saint Bident.
Not a trident. It's a bident.
It's the Saint Biden, who first U.S. president to be canonized. Good for him.
It's really, really impressive stuff. I like it. It's impressive stuff after Kennedy couldn't get it done.
Yeah. I think if he hadn't been fucking around on Jackie, he could have gotten it. But
you think the church would have been into that? Do you think the church considered it and then took it back because he was fucking around on Jackie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably. I've never really thought about it, but I think that's probably right.
Big.
It's huge.
I really appreciate when we talk about from and scale, this is this whole area is what we're talking about here.
It's so great.
Also, to some degree, we're talking about Armored Core, where we get really wacky with scale. This is a dumb fight too, because you only fight their ankles. And that just always felt really shitty to me.
Well, it's what is that boss in Demon Souls? Who's is the Tower Knight? Is that the giant knight you fight at one point?
Fuck.
I cheesed him. I shot arrows at him from the corner.
Yeah. The Tower Knight, because he's the one who's you got the ramparts and you can just run through, and it is it's that first boss where they teach you no, you don't need to just like fight these things directly. That's stupid.
Right, and especially in Demon Souls, that's stupid. But like, yeah, you can like attack his ankles, and they like weak points show up. Like, again,
Yeah.
like Achilles.
Oh shit, motherfucker! What? Oh Jesus! Wow.
Well, all's well.
Yeah, no, like we're good, but damn.
So, is there anything?
shit.
Oh, this guy. They're like effective hollows, like those hollows you see in the very beginning of the game that have the knife and just kind of sway at you. And if you're, sleepy or careless, they'll get you 1 or 2 times. You're like,
Yeah.
a lot of hits.
Okay. So that's the guy.
Is there
That's where we
anything
came
over-
from. We got to go the other way now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything over that
There
way?
is. There's another guy over here.
Right, because there are 2 giants that we're not gonna kill
Yeah.
if we can help it.
Those guys are they're based off of one of the there's a Berserk arc that involves a group of assassins, and the thralls are if you Google them, like they are like absolutely. Let's see if I just Google assassin Berserk. I think I should just get them. The Bakiraka, I think it's like, yeah. There's a whole arc, but were they part of the Bakiraka, or they were maybe they were not. Oh no, they're not the assassins. They were part of the church guys, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they're in Berserk. Identical illustration. Like the illustration is just that guy, which is like really fun. But like, so it makes sense to a degree.
That's
that
cool.
Like those little pieces of shit are absolutely just murder machines.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
Because like their origin is nothing if not a murder machine. It's been so long since I read that arc of Berserk. I'm like trying to remember names of things, and I'm just like, no, there's like the big priest who like slams his face into the ground in penitence so much that his whole head is like flattened. It's
rules.
so good. Like Berserk is so good. Watch Excalibur and read Berserk before our next episode. That's your requirement.
I would say watch Excalibur is the far more easy assignment. Reading all of Berserk is going to be tough, but I believe in you all very much.
The Drang armor is down here.
Well, you should yield.
Yeah. Jesus. I need that one. The actual ring that's good about shit. Pale Tongue. Okay, let's go up here and just heal fully. So I think if I here will be okay. There we go. Oh my god.
He's going back to bed.
He's going back to bed. Oh god.
Ew.
Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys.
I hate this.
Yeah, no, they're terrible. These are priests. Those guys are just slimes, but that's a priest.
How do you think Miyazaki feels about the clergy? It's like a pretty
I really, the thing that like is so fascinating to me is like I understand like, you know, the Christianity in Japan, absolutely kind of complicated history, but like it is so wild to me the way in which Japanese game creators are just fully invested in no, church is wholly bad, always corrupt. There's like nothing really good going on here except for I guess in maybe Dragon Quest the church is kind of okay.
Yeah, Dragon Quest does kind of like give you a bit of like a good church. That's true. It's interesting. Like I think like one of my friends was asking me, there's a lot of Drang stuff down here.
Yeah, a lot of Drang stuff down here.
A buddy of mine was asking because he was learning about. I mentioned it in my first the first Substack I wrote. I mentioned the Project Moon games, and friend was like, "What are these games?" And he decided to read about them on TV Tropes, which was a big mistake. Oh. But just a truly monumental mistake. But I was kind of like trying to explain the basic idea, and he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I don't know, I don't get it." And he's like, "But," he was like, "Why? It is interesting. Why do like Asian game creators?" Because I mean, I think he said Japanese, then I corrected him, because Project Moon's a Korean game, but or a company, but just love the Kabbalah so much. It's like I don't know why the Kabbalah captures the imagination so much. I couldn't tell you. I have no clue why that's in Evangelion and like Lobotomy Corporation, and it is like so important. I'm not sure. But again, complicated history.
Yeah. So this is fun because we are completely out of Estes. We've got
I'm a little worried about
2/3 of our health. Oh shit.
1/2 of our health.
Yeah, right. There's these guys over here who want to do their magical flame, or they're casting fireballs with their. Oh shit! Who's this guy?
Right. Oh great.
Oh, damn. Oh, son of a bitch.
One
Okay,
death.
well, we saw how. Oh, one of our messages rated. If only that happened a split
A second earlier. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. But we've opened up a lot of shortcuts, so this should be.
Oh yeah, this shortcut in general is like incredible.
Yeah, this is gonna change our life. But yeah, so. It is. What? Who is so freaking flipping out about shit? Oh, whoa. Oh, shit. He just came right at me.
I did not see that coming.
No, I did not see that coming either. Over here, you piece of shit. Yeah. That was sick as hell. That was like some like the opening of Ninja Gaiden on the NES, where like where you have like they do the sword swing, and then like you're like, oh shit, what happened? They fall to the ground, and then one finally stumbles. That's the shit right there. Oh shit. That's terrifying. I hated that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, not fun.
Okay.
That is one of the best. That's one of the best like
that's
opening
such a
cinematics.
Good, yeah, no, like the Ninja Gaiden cinematics are real good. The cutscenes in that, you'd be like, oh wait, cutscenes on a Nintendo game, and it's like, yeah, cutscenes on a fucking Nintendo game. They rule. Come on, bitches, let's go.
Cutscenes on Nintendo games are really cool because they only occurred prior to beginning the game. I love that he's just in the chair. He's just that church.
Oh, there's a thing over here. Yeah, he is. He's that church. An ember. Hey, I love embers.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking ember.
But yeah, they were always cutscenes on NES games were only after you beat them, right before the final credits, or before the game started if you waited past the opening screen.
Yeah, right.
Like, so
the cutscene was like the attract mode.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, backstab. Yeah, down you go. Okay. We got this. We're doing this. We're about this life.
This is, yeah. No,
Derby's about this life. There's that guy over there with the big sword, but we'll take care of him. He'll be fine. Let's see. Anyone else over here want to start some shit? Oh, there's another guy over here. There's another one of these motherfuckers, but we'll just take you out.
Okay. Got this guy. So annoying how they last for 2 hits just by like the skin of their teeth.
Which is funny because, like, you know, you wouldn't think.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the power of the Church of the Deep, I suppose.
Oh shit! Got that. Shit! Oh, son of a bitch! I shouldn't have. I saw him going for that swing, and I shouldn't have.
I appreciate that he doesn't seem to actually need stamina. Okay, just there's no rules there.
He's got no stamina concerns whatsoever. It sucks.
Got 6 or 7 of the shields from Demon Souls.
All right, he's just
Plus
like
all
sitting
the
there,
rings.
he's just like he just like eats like a whole salad made out of the chloranthy greens. Like he's just yeah.
I feel like I could. It's just my diet recently. I feel like I can like run a mile. It's really great.
God.
Swing this sword all day.
I really wish I just had like that shit. The wooden ring or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's really. Every game has that, I know, and like I also know that every game I feel like I get it too late.
Yeah. Oh, son of a bitch. There we go.
The priest died.
Yeah, he killed.
How poetic.
He killed the priest. We actually have to. We want to go back up to the rafters eventually because we want to run across them. We can use them to get across to the upper levels.
I figured as much.
Yeah, it's a fun time. But for now, I figured we'd go over here and.
I like where our souls are because it makes him look like the guy from Dead Space.
Rain.
So Isaac has our souls.
Don't throw that shit at me. What's over here, actually? Is there... I wonder if there is, like, oh my god, is there another shortcut? There is. Oh. Oh, wait, it's just right here. Alright, fine. You know what? Fuck it. We're going up.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. What's up this way?
What's up here?
Yeah, like, that is a good question. What is up here? I don't actually know.
Yeah,
oh, there's a door.
Well, there's a big door. Yeah.
Let's open the big door. What's behind the big door?
There's like a 3rd or 4th big door we've been able to open this time around. Pretty cool.
Oh, right. This is where when we run up.
Right. Were we being chased the first time we tried to open that door?
Yeah. Remember we came here and we were like, oh, we're gonna open it, and then no.
It did not let us.
I don't really know what I don't know that there's much purpose to that, but that's fine. Look who it is.
It's Sigmire or Siegfried or whoever it is.
Well, you look reasonably sane. I am a knight of Katarina. I've managed to track down this cathedral's store of treasure. It's right over there, across that narrow part. Treasure. Always so close, yet so far. I'm in quite a pickle, indeed.
He's so great.
Yeah.
Just hold your horses a moment. I know. Treasure is so sorely tempting.
He seems weird. Be wary of Wretch. Be wary of Fatty. Could this be a charmer?
No, I don't want to believe it.
Yeah, it's complicated, right?
Yeah,
well, it's he looks like he's like our friend, and we'll just run across here and see what's going on, right? Like that's all.
I got a suit.
That's.
Uh-oh, this isn't good news.
What could possibly be happening here?
Shame on you, you greedy guts.
Wait, I know that voice.
Do you know that voice?
Thought you could
know that
outwit an
bald
onion.
head.
No.
Say hello to the nice giant. He adores visitors.
Patches!
Oh shit. So I guess now.
You have to beat him now?
I think you do.
I mean, there's a way it makes sense to beat him. And free him from his torment.
Yeah.
Very cool how you can't see his health.
Well, because you can. It's just actually up by his head.
You have to look up so high.
Yeah. So there we go. Kill the giant. Rip.
Rip. Yeah.
Large Titanite shard, though. And dung pile.
Take that.
Now Trevor had to get back up to fucking Patches. Oh, we just ran across. That's right.
We have to raise the wall again somehow.
Oh, shit. That's right. It's over here. Shit. Hold that guy up.
Yeah, he'll go back to sleep, though.
Think? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over here. It's this guy. Thank you for
Good
reminding me at the
good
wall. I would have
memory.
been so pissed off when I got up there. Which is
No,
funny
I was-
because in my head when it was first triggering the cutscene, I was like, oh yeah, and I gotta remember to go bring the wall back up again, and then I completely forgot, despite reminding myself because I knew I would have forgotten.
Well, see, like it was one of those things for me where I was looking at it and thinking, I have no clue where that switch was. Like that had totally flown out of my memory. It's like, oh boy, I'm not happy we have to figure that out again.
Mm-hmm.
So we both played to each other's strengths and weaknesses there. That's great.
It's so good.
Just good teamwork.
Love
right
that
there.
for us. Okay, over here, buddy. You know what? I'm gonna kill you this time. Oh, that guy got pissed off. He's thinking about it now. But let's see. I gotta pull this lever.
Yoink.
Oh, now he backs off.
I don't want anything
That's
to do with an
funny.
elevator. I'm done. Get me out of here.
Yeah, he's not fucking around with elevators. Let's go.
Scared him like a cat. Like the noise happened and he's like, "Wait, hang on."
Let's send it back down. Just in case. All right. So now we're up here. We went over there. We got to run down over here.
Yeah, time
and
to.
go find Patches.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Maybe he's across.
Wait.
Oh no.
That's a different
What?
one.
Now hang on.
Oh, son of a bitch.
But we just did it.
It's the other one.
Oh no.
He must have put them both down. All right, well, that's fine.
Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Heart stopper right there.
Yeah, wow.
Because you still haven't retrieved your souls.
Oh, you're right. I have it.
They're beneath. Yeah, they're beneath our green friend.
They're still on our green friend. Okay. Well, let's just deal with this fucking room.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, if we have to be down here anyway.
Yeah. Like, let's just. Go with that asshole. Wait.
What was that?
Yeah, why was there that? But then also, what was? Can I just hop down here? I think I just hop down here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure how much damage to my health it was gonna do. Oh, it's just this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Damn.
Well,
Wish I'd remembered, but you know, we do what we can. Someone coming after me? Thought I heard noises. No. Okay. All right. Okay. We're doing
Yeah, I think
fine.
that's your feet on the flagstones.
Yeah. We're doing fine over here.
We are doing fine.
Probably should have killed this fucking giant by now, but whatever. I'm
Committed to a
committed,
pacifistic...
I'm committed to not doing it if I don't have to. Derby, like, you know, Derby's got giant friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Derby's killed a giant,
Derby's
too,
historically had giant friends, like... Oh, that guy figured it out. Okay, fine. Come over here. Come on.
Yeah, so you don't have to fight his other friend at the same time.
Shit.
Oh, God.
Fine. Fuck you.
There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Got his mace.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Alright.
I do think it's neat that your items don't go away in Dark Souls, even when you die.
Yeah. So there's a whole big thing going on over there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what that's all about in a minute.
We are gonna have to see what that's all about, but first,
Time to find patches.
time to find patches. We've got so many scores to settle with patches.
This guy really is kind of the worst.
He really, yeah, like fucking patches, man.
Every game. I guess he's at least a little bit sympathetic in Elden Ring. I didn't hate patches in Elden Ring.
Wait, what?
Oh, there are 3. Here, look over, I guess. Right, because there's that one.
Oh. Son of a bitch.
You can't cross on that,
I
right?
can't. Oh yeah, I can.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, no. Wait.
Well, unless you're real fancy.
Let's try it.
Oh boy.
Nope. Did that completely wrong.
3 deaths.
Only 3?
Only 3. If you can believe it.
I can't. Can't believe it, Trevor. Actually, I'm curious though.
Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Anyone there? Anyone at all?
I promised you Patchett or Siegmeyer in the
showed
well.
up.
I know that voice. Just how long has it been? It's me,
Siegward.
Siegfried of Catarina. I'm loath to admit it, but I've been had. Someone swiped my armor. Did you happen to see it anywhere?
I sure did.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Not to worry. Great planning begets great fortune.
Oh, I guess you
An
need to
old
have it.
tenet of the Knights of Catarina.
Yeah.
And I am a master planner, I do say.
It's confidence. I love that.
So,
All right, gotta go get it back from Patches.
gotta go get the armor back from Patches.
A clearer plot I could not imagine.
I think the interesting thing about Siegward is how he is not the tragic figure that Siegmeyer is.
Siegmeyer is super tragic.
Siegmeyer is super tragic. Yeah.
And he loses confidence as he goes along. Like any of his vaunted confidence is like, spent by the end. He keeps getting saved by you. And there's the whole thing with his daughter. It's rough. Like he has a rough story.
Yeah.
Siegward seems different.
Siegward is very different.
So where's the switch for this one?
I know, that's what I'm trying to remember. I think it's at the end of the hallway, but I think it's on the other side. But we can get there. That's fine.
There we go.
God. Yeah, it's on the other side.
And then you should find your souls before you go up. Somewhere
Yeah.
down here.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, these guys are such a pain.
At least we killed the giant over here.
That does make life a little easier. He can't come and attack us. Oh, you know what? I guess it's up, right? Because if you jump, the souls end up where you jumped from, not where you jumped to.
Oh, right. Wait, is this even down here?
I would hope
Now
so.
I'm not even sure anymore.
Can you walk across any of the other ones from, like... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, boy. Yes!
Yeah, this.
Oh, man.
Yeah, his
Weapon art.
There we go.
Such a shame.
Not there. It's not there. This one. Right, is this it? No,
Maybe.
it just puts that one back down.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
What you got to do is pull it and then quick run over and get on top of it. Hurry!
Oh, so where is it? Damn.
Is it over to the... I mean, could it be to the left in the back there? I don't think we checked there. Like, yeah, like back on that second area we were in.
I
But
don't think so.
behind you.
No, I think it's before I get down here somehow.
Might be, yeah, it might be on the outside of the room. Because I think it was the first one we did.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, is it up in this one of these rooms? Somewhere?
There we go. I was about to be really mad that they robbed you of that.
It might be up one of those. It's not in here.
No.
It's probably up. It's probably up, which sucks. I don't remember where it could be though.
I mean, I can look it up, but that's like, that's really, oh god.
I don't like it. The thing is, if you look it up, I don't think it's really gonna help me that much.
Right, exactly. Like, it's just, I'm gonna be reading, like, okay, go down this, is this the right thing? Is that the right thing? It's like...
It's gonna
Seems
be.
like kind
I
of a
think it's
nightmare.
gotta be like just up here, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I tried to. We didn't really go all that many places. Is the thing.
No. I'm pretty sure I remember... Pretty sure I remember, like, watching the gate go up for all of them. Yeah, nothing over here.
Unless it's a different thing. We never actually pulled this lever.
Well, but it was up when we... Oh, maybe it was up initially.
Yeah. Maybe it was always just up, and now we're looking for a lever that just doesn't exist until. Is there something?
Steam community, where the hell is the lever for the bridge? Patches lowers to the D.
I mean, you could Google and probably find something.
I did. I found it.
Oh.
That's the name of the Steam thing.
Oh.
Someone has a Steam thing called "Where the hell is the lever for the bridge?"
Where the hell is the lever for the bridge?
If you wait till after the Watchers, he'll be at the top now. You need to drop down from the roof to get to that side. Okay, from the cleansing chapel bonfire, take the lift just after the second shortcut door. Crossbow guy, kill him to walk. Okay, so we have to. I think we have to get through more of the chapel to get there.
We have to kill the boss. Okay.
Yeah. You should get your souls.
Yeah, that's over there. So I just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta. At least, yeah, you guys think you gotta get up.
Okay.
But yeah, so we have to kill the boss, I think.
So. All right. Well, okay. We'll try and kill the boss, and we'll do a boss run. And if we beat the boss, we beat the boss. If not, then we'll try next week. I think.
Yeah, we know what we're gonna do next week.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I have to get to the boss. Okay.
Oh. Oh well, we're unburdened of those souls at least.
We are. You know what? We don't have to worry about
I feel
that
lighter.
anymore.
I feel lighter. I didn't want them anyway. All right, so that's 4 deaths.
So that's 4 deaths. All right. I think we know what we're going to do next week. I think that is an episode.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
It's midnight. You know, I think that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, this is good. We had a good discussion about lots of things.
Yeah, I feel like I learned something.
And next week we get the double revenge arc of Patches and the boss.
I feel like Patches really he's more evil in this one than I remember him being since Dark Souls 1, where he really threw me for a loop.
I mean, Dark Souls 1, he's kind of fucking evil. He just throws you into a pit to die.
I know that totally threw me for a loop the first time. I was like, what? Why did that guy do that? What's going on?
No, games don't have NPCs that like absolutely betray you in like an instant like that. You know, usually you get like kind of a big narrative buildup. Patches, you meet him, boom, into the pit. It's a great fucking time. I wish I could go back to the point, like, you know, like when people talk about like, oh, I wish I could play the game again, blah blah blah, experience like a new person. I think the one thing in Dark Souls would be that, and then also like the darkening of Anne Orlando.
Yeah, that would be cool to experience again.
Like maybe draining New Londo, but I kind of like, you know, because New Londo was so flooded, I always kind of expected, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be bad down here, but. Yeah, so I think the Patches betrayal is such a thing that like really changes how we engage with these games.
No, I agree. I mean, I stopped. I think like that was the first time when I realized that the game could be tricking me. And there's lots of times the game could be tricking you, but that's the first time I think if you're just playing Dark Souls, that you're like, oh, this is not all just on the level.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So, thank you everyone for watching. Trevor, where can the people find you? What have you been up to?
No Cartridge is the podcast. We finished our first, and maybe only, but definitely the first Tenchi Muyo arc on the podcast, and some interesting movie and indie game stuff. We covered. Liv and I covered Off Peak, which I think is really a neat game. Really like worth your time, and also it's free. It's a cool one. And then I started a Substack where I'm posting 3 articles a week. One's going to be premium, so that one's coming out Saturday. But Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, I by my biggest effort was able to get the second one out on time, and I'm rolling. I'm committed to actually, you know, stick into a schedule, which is exciting. It's fun to write again. And actually, what's funny is the piece I wrote today was on playing the boomer shooter Amid Evil on my Steam Deck while I listened to the Phillies, and it was
incredible.
Yeah, it was a good moment. But like thinking about how basically games exist in this strange kind of like, you know, the interpretation of a game is both, you know, its intention and playing the whole thing and all, but it's also individual moments of time. And so I think has a lot to do with what we talked about in this week's episode. So if you're interested in what we talked about, you'll probably like that little tidbit as well. So that's at nocartridge.substack.com. It's free to subscribe if you just want the 2 a week. You can also pay to subscribe. And then if you're on the Patreon, you'll get that that subscription piece for free. So
yeah. So yeah, you could subscribe to Patreon. Link will be, the Substack will be down in the show notes, or the description of the video. So go and click on things and go subscribe to Trevor's stuff because it's real good.
Thank you.
For me, we got this. We got this week we're gonna be dropping Eco Quest, the first of this month's Adventure Gamers Clubhouse games, which is a fun little adventure game romp through 90s conservationism and environmental awareness.
I'm very excited.
It's a fun time. And then this week we also going to have a Vesper Hesperides, the worst man in Cyrodiil adventure, because we did Baldur's Gate last week, so we might alternate, we might switch them around. It's just fun to have for the $5 patrons. The continuing adventures of Vesper Hesperides, and then also Rancis Wint. Rancis Wint will return next week, I promise. Danica and I have plans to continue the tutorial and see where Rancis ends up.
You are so good at names.
I came up with those two at the same time, actually. It was really funny. Thanks to Don John's name generators for inspiring those two. Or getting us there. And then, so subscribe to those if you're interested in the $5 patron. $1 patron gets the Eco Quest. We're also going to do Codename Iceman later this month. I'm going to at some point have to cram in the next 7 days an Armored Core review, it would seem. So that's also going to be look forward to that on Paste, where you can find most of my writing these days. But yeah, links in the show notes to all of our stuff, where you can find us, and you should find us.
Yeah, please do.
You've already found us here. Go find us elsewhere, because we're doing lots of neat stuff. And until next week, remember that this is all is for the best in this, the best of all possible souls. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. And so 4 deaths.
4 deaths. That's not
4
bad.
4 deaths. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.